think that the idea has been great, and all these people have the opportunity to really share their stories and get their words out. I love WMAP because I hear stories that inspire me.
I happen to be of the belief that everyone, doesn't matter what it is, it's how you look at it. This is WMAP, the world's most amazing people.
Baby, I'm a man. Baby, I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something.
Guys, tonight's show is being brought to you by Surround Sound Entertainment. Eugene Canole over there at srsdj.com right here on Long Island, New York. If you need a DJ, an MC, lighting, anything like that, they got everything for your event. So it's great entertainment at a reasonable price. Go to srsdj.com. Oh, yeah.
You're listening to the world's most amazing people on 103.9 LI News Radio. Now, here's your host, Casey Armstrong.
Yeah.
Off with his head.
All right, guys. Hey, what's going on, everybody? 103.9 FM LI News Radio here in Long Island, New York. Also, 94.1 The Bud in Orlando, Florida, and 96 countries on WMAPradio.com. Guys, I'd like to introduce my co-host of this show. People are loving this man, and I love him too, guys. It's Coach Darian Snead. Coach.
Casey, all is well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. All right, man. So I got you now. We got Coach up on the QGO Live, so we hear him good. Coach, tell me, we haven't heard from you in a while because we've been trying to get the bugs out of this thing. Now, how you feeling today?
Casey, I feel great, man. Life is good. The sun is up, buddy. The weather is beautiful my way, and I have no complaints.
Great. It's great to hear your voice, man. I mean, it sounds like you're sitting right next to me, so I'm psyched, man.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so Snead, first of all, we played the other day. We played a show where you were on with a bunch of the callers, and that got a great response. Callers love to call you. So you know what? Actually, I'll let callers call in again today. You guys can call in if you want to talk to Snead. You guys can call up here at 631-509-5773 or 5774. Snead, now there's a lot of stuff that's been happening since we got you on last time. There's something that happened with China today. Do you know anything about that?
I'm not up to speed, Casey. Bring me up to speed.
All right. Well, rather than what went on with China, I want to tell you about what I was going to tell you last time about some of these news stories that I got, and I want to read the first one here. Okay. Now this one was something that I promised we were going to get to last time. This is pizza restaurant closed after employees put laxative on pies. Pizza restaurant. Uh-oh, what was that? What happened?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Thank God for editing. I don't know what that was. Anyway, guys, call 631-509-5773. I get back to that in a second, but what I wanted to say was that the other day, Coach, I heard you on the air. I was listening to a rerun with you on air, and you were talking to this guy who had, I guess, delivered oil for me, and we were talking about when he had a bunch of apartments or whatever, and he was renting them out. And I was saying that I had a friend that was involved in crack, and you said you knew people that were involved with that horrible drug. What's been your experience? Because you grew up, you didn't grow up in the city. You grew up rurally. Was that around when you were growing up? I know it hit in the 80s, and that's when you were growing up.
Yeah, I probably came in contact with it pretty good my 10th and 11th grade year. You know, and probably I wasn't mature enough to handle it. It was kind of funny, and I know that sounds horrific, but to me, you know, people who dealt with those type of drugs, who ended up being addicts, you know, me being immature and not understanding that sometimes addiction, you can't control it. So You just knew you stayed away from it, and people who didn't were less fortunate, and it was comical. And then you become introduced to it even more. It touches your family even more. It touches a whole lot of people that's close to you even more, and it kind of seasons you to understand what you're really dealing with.
Yeah,
And again, it's horrific. But I tell you also, when you look at addiction from where I look at, I'm not addicted to anything traditional. I'm addicted to pretty legs.
yeah, I was about to tell you. Yeah,
Yeah. But and so it makes you also, count your blessings. We spend a lot of time asking whoever we believe in or what we believe in, the good Father, for things. We pray for peace and blessings and grace and patience and items and prosperity. And sometimes you need to thank Him for what you don't have. I need to be thankful that I haven't been addicted to those type of things. That hiccup or that cross in the road, I haven't had to bear directly. And
Yeah.
so I'm fortunate for that. I truly am.
yeah. I mean, that's a great way to look at it too, because there is so much going on, and in his schools. I mean, everybody knows that you're a teacher, and there is so much with the opiate thing going on right now. Is that happening in your school down there? Because here on the island, it's huge, Coach.
No, I'll tell you what I found, and people will look at this differently. Those two drugs and what they've been to society were different side of the track drugs. And so crack, the horrific, the irresponsible, the nasty, the destructive side of crack was on the black side of the tracks.
Okay.
Conversely, the opioid addiction, all those things above, we identify with being on the white side of the tracks. And there'll be some people who argue that and won't realize that the data speaks for itself. It is just as bad. Now, in my city and area and the surrounding counties, they are saying 4 people die a month off opioid addiction.
Jeez.
Yeah, so 4 times 12, you do the math. That's a lot of people. So in a month time, it's 4 people around here dying because of opioids.
Now, are these kids, are they adults, or it doesn't say?
Now that part I don't know, Casey. I'm gonna make the assumption that I'm just listening to a radio ad. I'm gonna make the assumption that they are adults.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Now, Coach, as a player, as a football player, as a coach, and as a Marine, I mean, you've put your body through a lot of tough things. Do you wake up in pain now? I mean, could you see yourself? Do you have any problems with pain right now? I mean, that would be...
I struggle with a hip. I broke my back. I sound like Mike Tyson. I broke my back, spinal. I had a 2 herniated disc in my back, and my hip had a hairline fracture from playing in the game. And when you're young, when you're in your 20s, you understand that whatever it is, it's going to get fixed. Whatever it is, it's going to go away. And so you manage yourself through that pain. But now those particular injuries and those things put too much drag on my body. Your body is different at 22 and 23, at 49, 50, and 53.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how you look at it, it's different. And so I can see with the responsibilities of the day, every day having to manage yourself and manage children and manage a job, especially when you're responsible for people and to people, doing things to get yourself through the day. So you take a pill to manage the pain to get through the day. And then you do it again on Wednesday, and then you might have to do it Friday. Then you can't sleep and you take one. And that's how it starts. And before you know it, it has you now.
Right. Now, as a Marine, and I know you I don't know if you talk about this or if you're in touch with anybody now. The discipline that you guys have as a Marine, can you see that this is a discipline issue, or is this something that is bigger than that? I mean, can it destroy someone with even a huge discipline like a Marine. If you're in pain, you choose between one or the other. Tell me what your thoughts are with that in your experience.
I think it'll destroy somebody built up in those arenas even more so, Casey.
Why you say that?
Listen to me. You're conditioned as a professional athlete. You've been told you're at the highest pinnacle. The same thing with the Marine Corps. You're surrounded by the motto of toughness. You're surrounded with the expectation of toughness. You know, if you can't cut the mustard, you're not earning the title. Okay? And I'm telling you something, earning that title is what you sign up for. I want to earn the title. That becomes a part of your mantra. That becomes a part of your heartbeat. Earn the title. You say it to yourself. And that creates a bravado in you that's hard to overcome. And so when you start to establish that in you, professional athletes do it. I'm telling you, I've never met Lawrence Taylor. I'm a fan of Lawrence Taylor. But his bravado had him on alcohol and drugs. I'm Lawrence Taylor. Who did not think Lawrence Taylor was not the baddest son of a gun in the world?
He
Who
was.
didn't think that?
He was. Coach, hold on one second, man. Let me take this call. Right, caller, you're on the air with Coach Darian Snead. What's up?
Hi. I was told that I can ask you some very sensitive questions, and maybe you'll give me some insight on some stuff.
All right, there you go. All right, he's here. Yeah, you got it. Fire away. We'll get back to that, Coach.
Okay. Okay, you want me to ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. This is. I've been in a relationship with a woman for about a year. Unfortunately, our libidos are like completely different. One's a 0 and one's a 10. I don't know if you understand what my numbers, but I mean, how do you?
Good sir.
I mean,
Good sir.
Is
Sir.
this like doomed, or what do you think? Is it,
No,
what can we
no.
actually do in that?
Can you hear me?
Sure, I can hear you. Yes, sure.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Tom.
Okay, Tom, who has the high libido? And give me some background as far as age and so forth.
We're both between 48 and 50.
Okay?
Okay, and
And
I
who's
guess
higher,
who has the
he or
higher,
she?
I have the extremely high libido. So and the woman, she has probably around 2. I have about a 10.
And she has a
2.
2.
If you want to do it on a scale, yeah, I have no way of actually, out of the way.
Right, he wants it, she don't, basically, right?
Well, no, it's
right.
not like she's not. She even says she's not that I'm not attracted to you or anything. It's just that she doesn't feel that sex is really, or to her, she would like, every week and a half is okay for her. But in my case, no. I would actually prefer it every day or every night.
I got you.
So,
Snead, what do you say about that, man? I got an opinion on this one, I think. I don't know what you're going to say. What you take it?
First of all, do you love the young lady? Do you see yourself being with her in the future? Do you have a desire or commitment? So if you say yes to all those questions,
yes,
put up with it.
but it's very difficult. It is a very difficult thing.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Tom,
I'm sorry.
stop. You called us for answers. I'm giving it to you. This is simple now. This ain't hard, buddy. You said I love her.
Yes,
You said I wanted to be with her. You said I cherish her. Then Tom, shut up and put up with it. Okay, Tom, that's the fleas that go with the dog now. Okay, if you get a dog, you're gonna have some fleas. Put up with it, Tom. Ball game over. Okay. And the great thing is clearly she's communicating to you, so there's no trickery, there's no foolishness, there's no backstabbing, there's no misunderstanding, okay? But you say, I want this woman. Put up with it, Tom. You're 48. If you haven't got it by now, you won't miss it.
So, Coach, what if he wants to go elsewhere now? I mean, that's something we look down on because he loves his woman, but if he's not getting it, I mean, it's take his side. Hey, Tom, would you go out on this woman if she wouldn't give it to you?
Hell no, I would not cheat on her, and that's the problem because when I'm around her, when we're together and we're alone or we're doing something, watching a movie, whatever it is, alone, of course, I will get aroused. And what do I do? Because she's just not in the mood. So, I mean, it's just not a thing to do at the time.
Tom, come on, buddy. You're making this hard. You go in the bathroom, Tom, and you reach down. I
knew you were going to go there, yeah.
Okay. Because, Tom, you said you
love
love
for a
this
little
woman.
while, but...
Yeah,
You said you cherish her.
I do. She really
Ball
is
game,
special.
Tom. Because if she loves you and cherishes you, when you leave your job, you get fired, you get terminated, your economics falter, she's gonna stand right there by you.
Do you believe that, Tom? Is that going to happen?
I am pretty 100% sure that she will. Yes.
All right. So is that?
Hey, buddy.
Snead, you think that's possible? Is it possible that a man and a woman just can't have the same desires sexually, but they do love each other and do want to be with each other? Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And get married and have a great relationship and prosper. It depends on where you are mentally. It depends on your commitment level. It depends on your compromise level. Before the age of technology, Casey, people did it all the time. You know, people got married for convenience. They got married to extend their families. They got married to have, you know, to build their particular projects, their household. You know, sex wasn't something that was also pleasing. You did it to have children. You did it because you didn't have TV. Let's get through the night, and you kept it moving. But nobody put no scientific equations into this thing unless let's really have all this pleasure. You hurry up and got it over with, and you went to sleep.
Yeah, I got a question about this though. Hey, Tom, let me ask you, what does she do for them? Does she work?
Does she work? Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah, what does she do?
She's a writer.
She's a writer. Okay. Now, does she have friends that are male?
Oh yes. In fact, she has a lot of friends who are male, and which is weird because I have a lot of woman friends. They're legitimately all platonic on both sides.
Okay, all right. Now, when she goes out and meets one of these people, one of these guys that she's friends with, how does she dress? How does she look? She put makeup on, or?
Well, she usually wears makeup when she goes out, but she dresses just any way she wants to dress. She's not like one of those. She's not going to dress fancy for any particular reason. Or anything like that.
Now, how often do you guys go out? Do you guys go out to dinner? Do you spend time together?
Yeah, absolutely. And if she does meet one of her male friends, she always introduces me as her boyfriend.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. You know what? Then Snead, I think that this one's on a level. I think you might be right on this one. But I was going to say in the beginning, I was like, look, man, you know, we're all human, we're all animals, and if you're into somebody, I mean, it goes along with it that you desire them sexually. I just think that's just the way it is. But I guess if this is the way what Tom is saying, that she treats him with respect, she treats him like he's the only one, and I guess in my old age, I can be proved wrong. I mean, has there been any infidelity on either side, Tom?
No, absolutely not.
Well, it's neat. I think you hit it right off the bat then. I think you're right.
Right off the head. Tom keep answering his own question. Tom wants some meat. That's what Tom wants.
He wants.
And I understand, Tom. I truly understand,
it's very
Tom.
frustrating, if you know what I mean.
But Tom, listen to me. Let me tell you this. All right? You're up the road, buddy. You're winning. If this thing was the other way around, where you was getting all the meat you could handle, okay, but you didn't love her, you didn't cherish her, okay, you didn't admire her, you didn't enjoy her company, okay, the joy in replacement for the sex would be different. So you'd have yourself probably about a good 8 to 12 minutes of pleasure.
I totally
and every
agree.
day you wake up fulfilled because you with the right woman. Okay, now at the same time, Tom, hang on in there now. She might be a late bloomer. The light might come on here. And she might start tearing your ass all to pieces.
Yeah. We have been communicating about this particular issue, and she is making an effort to try to change. But I don't know if you can change, but she's making an effort.
Yeah, make an effort though. You know,
very frustrating.
When you feel you got to do something like that, then I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's part of my argument. I always tell her, I said, I don't want you to feel like you have to do this. I mean, this is that takes away from what we're actually doing here. We're having a relationship.
Right.
If I want to do that, hell, I'll just go back and I'll hang out backstage.
Hey, Snead, did you ever have a relationship with a woman where you wanted all the time and she was just like not into it?
Well, Casey, we ain't gonna talk about me. We're gonna talk about Tom.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
Now,
if
Tom,
you're asking me, yeah, that's what I call.
but Tom, don't fool yourself. Okay? It is a requirement. Okay? So don't say you don't feel like you have to do it, because she does. Okay? Now, that phone's going to ring off. Tom, you have to work. You have to provide, Tom. You have to make sure the lights come on. You have to. And don't think that you don't.
No, I do. I work
get it,
hard.
Tom?
Believe me. I try.
Right. And so it don't sound good, It's not the politically right thing to say, but she needs to make some things pop in that bedroom. She has to. Okay. Now I'm not saying that you need to run if she don't. That's not what I'm saying. You keep working, but don't create an environment where she don't feel like she has to, because it's some things that has to happen in that house for it to be a home.
Right.
And you getting some meat is one of them.
I can't disagree with you on that one, definitely.
You know, it says it in the Bible. It says it right in the Bible, but it says it in a different way. Don't use the word meat, but it says that you know each husband and wife, they both have duties. You know, and that's one on the wife.
And that's one of them.
Yeah. So are you gonna marry this woman? You think?
I would. We are definitely considering that. Yes.
Snead, should he marry you?
I want to marry her.
I'm gonna tell you something. Based on where he is with this woman, and he says he cherishes her, above loving her, and he trusts her, which Casey, you and I both know you can't find anywhere.
Right.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
So he better truly consider it. I'm not in the business of telling somebody who you need to marry, but he sure better consider it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I'm actually beyond the considering point. I do want to marry this woman, but like I said, this is an issue that we're just gonna have to work through.
All right, man. Well, hey, dude, I thank you so much for the call. That's Tom. You're a good man. Thanks, Tom. That's a great question. Thank you. Snead, I think you were right on with that one, my man.
Hey, Casey, that's what I do, baby.
Who knew that the coach could give out love advice too? He does everything, this guy. All right, guys. Hey, listen, we got to take a quick break right now. I'm on with Coach Darian Snead, my co-host, and you're going to hear a lot from us. Same time tomorrow. And Coach, I'm glad to have you on. We can hear you great. I think you were grading papers before. Or how is school going? Tell me what's up.
It's testing time of the year. It's frustrating time of year because, you just want your kids to get it. And you don't. You don't have them. What can you do to allow this population realize what's in store, what's coming around the corner, what you should be prepared for, what you should be working for, what's practical in your situation. I have some young ladies who think they're the next Beyonce. Okay?
So they don't want to work?
And they not the next nothing. And that's somebody's child. So how do I tell them, first and foremost, young lady, you got to work your butt off to be anything, okay? The day when somebody knocks at your door and say, here go fame, here go greatness. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know Beyonce personally. I've never been in the same room with Beyonce. But if you tell me that young lady hasn't worked hard to create her brand, I'm going to tell you crazy. Yeah. She said one of the toughest things I've heard anybody say in regards to creating yourself.
What's that?
You got 24 hours in your day just like I do. And in short, she's saying, hey, get your ass moving. That's what she's saying. And you're supposed to dream at that age. You're supposed to dream, but that dream comes with no work, no preparedness. And some of that is the household fault because we give them everything. We lay it out. We're the mother hens. We make sure the road is paved. Our kids can't handle hiccups. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, we see that throughout the nation as people walk into schools, and these people had social issues and social problems. Somebody didn't like them, male or female. Somebody talked about them. Casey, I've been called out my name every day of my life.
Yeah.
And I ain't shout up nothing.
Yeah, it's true, man. I mean, with what you're saying, Coach, it sounds like you say the kid should dream, but at the same time, you got to be realistic. What's the line there, bro?
Okay, so you dream within your circle. You dream within your circle, and your dream should also match your work. So let me tell you, if you're making F's in science, okay, and you don't go to school, you have an attendance issue, don't walk up to me and say, I'm going to be an astronaut. No, you ain't about to be nobody's astronaut. Kids that are astronauts don't have commitment issues. They don't have preparedness and work issues. They tend to have some academic structure. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you.
You with me, Casey?
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm D1. This is the one you hear all the time. Don't tell me I'm D1 and your body language don't match D1. Your skill set don't match D1. And everybody who participates in sports now thinks they D1. And so when I had these conversations with kids, I want to tell them, first and foremost, I did this for a living. I evaluated talent for a living. Okay? For a living. I got paid to do that. And you not D1. Not mentally, not physically, not socially. How you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself and deal with people. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a D1 mentality. Now, when we talk about that, somebody can make it, okay? Turds make it all the time. But turds don't float forever. They oftentimes do what?
Sink.
They sink. So you've seen kids with ability, Casey,
Yeah.
and they get there, but they do what?
Yeah, they don't make it.
They sink. They sink. Academically, socially, you know what I'm saying? Because the one thing about D1, when you step on the field of the court, everybody else is D1 also.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your attitude does matter. So now your social, your personality, your work ethic, all that does matter. Okay? And I know as a coach, I ain't dealing with bad body language. Okay, we always want to control the culture. And this culture is about winning, success, progress. And that has a certain look, Casey. That has a certain smell. That has a certain vibrance to it. And I can't get kids to understand. That's how you walk. That's how you talk. That's how you conduct yourself in the classroom. That's how you dress and how you look. I have a winning swagger. And so I tell people all the time, you know, when you start talking about, everybody thinks they're a coach, Casey. Everybody thinks they can coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody, you talk what I would do. But I'm going to tell you right now, your swagger ain't about winning. Okay? I remember when I met Dr. Tom Osborne. And he walked into, and he's frail looking guy, he's older. He walked into the inside facility in Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay? And he started talking. He talked in a monotone voice. But when he, like E.F. Hutton, everybody shut up and start listening. Everybody. The custodians, the people cleaning the carpet, the coaches, the kids, the mamas and daddy. This guy had a winning swagger, this old white man. Okay? And you can't buy that. You can't go to Walmart. You can't order that on YouTube. And it's not a belligerent swagger or bravado. You know, it's a focused swagger. You take Tyrone Willingham, who went to Notre Dame and turned it around. Always the shortest guy in the room. Played quarterback at Michigan State. He was very close to being a midget. He had it. He had it when you walk into a room. Can you press upon young people, get behind me?
And he had that swagger or whatever it was. He had people that would listen to him.
Let me tell you something. The first time I met L.C. Cole, and I use him as a model all the time. This guy was first black captain at Nebraska.
He was at Tennessee State. I met him. You introduced me to him, right?
Yep. Yes. Casey, he had it.
Yeah, he did.
Made black history at Tennessee State. He took that football team and beat everybody. Won the Ohio Valley Conference Championship 2 years in a row. Casey, that had never been done.
Wow. Yeah, he
was never good. Been done. I took him, Casey. I drove him as a restricted earnings coach. We went to, a kid was transferring from the University of Michigan. He said, we're going to go talk to this kid. So we drive to go talk to this kid. And this conversation he had with this kid, and this kid's mom, who lived in the projects, in the slums, Casey, they had an air conditioner in the window that was leaking water inside the apartment. This kid played on the field for the University of Michigan. Let me say that, okay? He had done some good things in a bowl game against Alabama, and we're sitting in his living room, all right? And when he got finished talking to that kid mama, first thing, he said nothing about football. That's the first thing that blew my mind. He said nothing about football. He talked about this kid being a father, a quality human being and citizen, and being able to manage himself through his life very successfully. Okay? And at that time in my life, I hadn't seen it done that way.
It was always football.
Okay.
Football. This you're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. Football wise.
Casey, he told this kid, okay, don't get caught up in the aesthetics and cosmetics. Okay, there's a bunch of places gonna have better buildings and better fields and better locker rooms, but are they the best for you? It stayed with me my entire life. He said, there's always a better looking woman, but it's the best woman for you.
Ah, it's good right there. Yeah, that's something.
Come
that
on,
brings
come
it
on,
back.
Casey. Come on, Casey.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's pretty
He
smart. Right
says,
there.
Casey, make this decision based on where you want to fly. Boom, ball game over. The kid, offensive player of the year, ends up in the league. He owns his own construction company. This kid owns his own construction company. He makes more money than me and you put together. He credits all that to stepping out on faith and coming to big blue country at Tennessee State.
Ah, well, that's a tribute to Cole, to Coach Cole. That's pretty amazing, Coach. We got to take a break right now, and then let me just right before we go, I want to just bring it back because Coach is talking about football and about the parents in here. I just want to bring it back to what he said one time about football moms. Listen, we'll be right back.
Now, first and foremost, he was sorry as hell. Let's get that straight. Okay. First and foremost, he wasn't good enough. Okay, we lost that somewhere in America.
Did he try? Did he show up for practice? No BS?
No. Here's the other issue. And he would miss a lot, which Mom didn't know. And so Mom came in, had never been to one of our practices, evaluating me, the program, what we do, and how we do it in her child. Mom didn't have a coaching background. So that's like me going to the mechanic, going to the eye doctor, going to the guy that builds the furniture. You name it, Casey. Keep on going with professions, walking in on their job, telling them what to do. Mind you, I don't, you know what I'm saying? She was not humble at all. Coach, I just want some understanding on what my son fits in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Don't come in telling me I don't know what I'm doing. Because, lady, sure as my name what it is, I know what I'm doing. Your son's sorry as hell.
And knowing you probably said that too.
But it's a place for him in this program, okay?
What was that place?
I don't want to call the school's name, okay? Well, I'll embrace your son, but he has to be here. You can't be sorry and stupid by absences. So with that, you got to stand with me.
That is my co-host. That's Coach Darian Snead. He's with me every day on 103.9, and he's with me, guys. So stay tuned. Be right back.